Hey guys, welcome back. So let's track it from where we are coming from. So this was 44, this was 23, 7 was here. So I want to buy at the open, and 35 might give us a sell. Okay, so let's click one button here. So we might come back to take this low. So here we'll place one more contract. So this is where I would take out, and I'll explain it to you why. So if you go into the 27-minute gap, so this is the gap at 12:36. Okay, so normally 36 is where price stops. So if this 50% gets rejected, like the body closes below this, we want to short. If we close above this, so I just clicked one. I don't know whether it gets triggered, but you can see how clearly the CE levels are. CE timed gaps are giving you the moves. So I'll add the second contract here if you get a good opportunity. Okay, so my entry was within this wick. So even though there was this drawdown, so my entry was not bad at all. So let's take one contract here. Because this should give us the complete down move. Okay. At least I'm expecting that. I could be wrong. So again, we come back into this wick. Let's add one more contract. So the idea is that the high is in, right? So it doesn't matter how much ever it does up and down move. So we'll secure some partial here and leave the remaining until it takes out. So I was mapping the algo path So we were from here at like 0, 0. If we map, then we had here 11, then we had 44 here, 7 here, 23 here, and 29 here. Okay, so we completed the algo 0, 0, 11, 41, 3, 17, 29. So algo ending right in that 1236 gap. So we took partial, right? Now 50, 35 can reverse this because the CE shows you the direction. So this is where you need to either trust the algo or just take the SL at close to break even. Okay, I always say that, okay, how many hour points? It's like 100 points. It's more than enough. Just one trade and you're done. We have this inverse volume imbalance here as well. So price can move up. Okay, so I'll close here because it is 35. If it dumps another 40 points, it's okay. We don't want to give another 100 points in drawdown. The initial up move that I made, the analysis was that it would come into this gap. Since this is a 36 gap on the 27-minute, the CE, the 50% is pretty important. And the 1 minute, the first candle, it closed below, created this rejection block, closed below the 50%. So that's my confirmation to go short. Now here entry, there will never be a perfect entry. So in this wick, you can get in anywhere. That's fine. Okay. And I showed you the entirety of the algo one playing out here and 29.35 stopping it. Now I'm worried we might reverse here. So we'll just take one small contract and see if we reverse all the way. So this is a 34 gap as well, which is a CE gap. Again, you can see the 50% is pretty strong. Okay. So if this candle closes below this, then no point in longing this. It's a pretty good rejection, so cut it. We don't need to simply take a loss. We'll add one more if it comes back into the wick. But now we know the direction is lower. We will target this. So now we can say 36, 37, 38 created the high. So 36 is still part of the swing high. So the market is telling you the direction is lower. You can see this 27-minute VI, the inverse volume imbalance holding it. Right, at this moment, you really don't know where it's going. Okay, you can stay out because the dump should be really quick. It shouldn't consolidate like this, especially in a very important gap. And it might seem like, okay, we are winning, but this one candle can reverse the entire thing. Now there is again an algo 1 starting here at 0, 0, and then 14. And now the market is looking for 41, which we are coming very close. Right? This is 40. So I'll close this just based on the algo path. And even if it comes back and takes this, it's fine. So I don't think this is a reversal because we know CE time is still yet to be printed, which is 44. So if 44 is also in the low, then we can long. Otherwise, it's just a retracement. And why cut the trade? Because it takes these equal lows. So the retracements are always hard. Okay, so don't take it on the ego and say, okay, no, I have to hit this low. The market is not, there's no rule for that market, right? That it will take this low for sure. But there is the path that tells you, okay, the market might stop at 41, 44. So we need to be careful. I could have held on till 43, 44. I think that's a learning for me, because if you look at this high from a 29, it will not stop at 40. It will go to 1544, which is again the mirror of 29. So yeah, I probably missed it. I should have held it a bit longer. Okay, so it's not a gimmick. Every day the same thing works. Same algo paths are printed. Beautiful. Gave you the delivery, right? Same CE gaps are used. The 50% tells you the direction. And we can use this as inverse as well once we break above it. And the same 50% will become an opportunity to buy. So if 1543, 44 makes a low, we can buy. So far, there's no loss, right? And this is the most volatile condition. But when you analyze it with perfect time, nothing feels uh, difficult. And you have to use 27-minute time frames because that's the PO3 time frame, which will tell you which FEG it's going to react from. See how it slows down around this time, right? Maybe I spoke too soon, but you're not going to click the button unless 44 stops, right? It actually stops the price and starts moving higher. So what can be our target on the 27-minute? Okay, so this FEG is already mitigated, so it's coming for this low. There is also this FEG volume imbalance untouched. So this might be our target for the day. Or the low of the day will form here. Yeah, bad entry. I should have, I tried to click the button when it came into this wick, but it got filled here. So that's what happens. So I'll have to take this loss. And this is me trying to uh, get in right at the bottom, right? Trying to be overconfident. And this will happen to any trader. So whether you are a trader, mentor, nothing, all these feelings will definitely come. So I wanted to show you, like, see how I can nail the exact lows and highs, right? I was able to do it here, but here now I am a little bit scared. The problem with NQ is we can chase it, but the one candle can really go big, right? Then we have to again wait until the fair value gaps form and then price should retrace. And not many people like me will have the patience. So 44 stops it. Let's see now, should we form a low here? The liquidity is so nearby, think it'll smash it and then go higher. We don't need to fear this gap, 1541. Sorry, I didn't change anything. I just took a trade here and we will exit here. It stops me out. Okay, so we are not stopping at 44. 44 was actually made as a high here, but I was thinking it needs to sweep a liquidity and it didn't. Okay. So two stupid trades that I took, which costed me around $1,000. Okay. And this is what will happen. Now I need to think about where can this low will be reversed. Okay. So we have options of 29 to 47, 53, 56, all this. Now you need to come up with a 41 as well because you know we are traveling with algo 1. So 15, 56 could be 41. 1559 could be 44. So knowing this, I'm not going to stupidly take this trade even if it goes higher. That might be just retracement to dump further. Okay. So 0, 0 I have, 11 I have. I don't have a 41. 44 is here. So I'm thinking subtraction option of 40, 41 or 44 it might use. So So around 1556 it will dump, but shorting here is also not a good idea. Okay. But what we achieved is not small as well. So I cut it somewhere here, that's 140 handles. Okay. And I took the initial trade, knew when to cut it. So these are the things that will never make you lose your account unless you are really just clicking the buttons for fun. Right? If you have the capacity to think it through logically and come up with a plan, then even not knowing what the daily chart is doing, or some people might think, okay, from morning it's falling, maybe it will reverse now, right? But no, there are specific higher time frame POIs that it will react from at the right times. That's what it did. Okay, so I'm gonna make like 30-minute sessions. It's not, I don't want to uh, make longer videos. But as I said, everybody is afraid of the initial volatility, but price has to do only two things, either move up or down, right? And there are specific invalidation points with Algo Paths, and you can use them to navigate the price action. Okay. Now all of this could be traded as well. I'm sure there will be some CE timed gaps, some 35s, something end of the paths that would tell you it would go until here. And people who ask me about algo path questions, I won't be able to completely explain that on YouTube, because then I cannot, the paid members will be pissed, right? Obviously they paid and I need to keep something for them. So don't mind. It's all about you applying the same path here. Okay, and as a mentor, I don't want to hide anything, but hand holding in YouTube is a little bit impossible. Okay, because I've had bad experiences where people, where I used to share everything what I found earlier, and then they stole it, made it their own concept, and I cannot even find who they are. Right? I mean, I'm not able to do anything to them. We are on the internet, but I cannot even speak to them saying that, okay, it's not your work. Right? So some things I cannot explain, or I don't want to explain, and I want to keep it only for the mentorship. So we delivered to the sell side. So it's just one more dump to this gap is where I would look to buy. Okay. So now imagine even people clicking buttons at 1548 thinking it's reverse algo 2 would be scared now. So you have to figure out which time that aligns to the algo path can give you the move. Then you will again have the patience. Okay, so I think I'll stop here. So we took one, two, and then again we took a third trade. Two stupid losses that I took, and that can happen to anyone. Okay. All right. So keep supporting, keep spreading the word. If you want to join the mentorship, the link is there. You're always welcome. If not, I'll see you tomorrow again. Take care. Bye bye.